Good afternoon. Welcome back to WillowVision. It is Wednesday, April 21st, 2023. On the note of time, we have 5 weeks of school left. Five. It's hard to fathom. We have one more week in April, and then we have the month of May, and then June's here, and we're done. We actually end up before June. I think May 26th, that Friday. I can't get the exact date in my head, but I think that's it for us. So it's amazingly fast how this year is just finishing up on us before we know it. Going to be brief this week. We only have a few things on the calendar for next week, but they're all pretty big things, so I want you to be aware of them. The big thing for 3rd through 5th grade, we have our ISASS testing next week. This is the old Iowa Test of Basic Skills, or the ITEDS, or whatever form you went through as you went through your school. But this is our big testing period. Things I need you to remember and to remind them of: 1, charging those Chromebooks at night. 2, bringing those Chromebooks with them in school in the morning, because we need those in order to test. It's all on their Chromebooks. We don't have enough, if they all forget them, to supply them with more. So please help them be responsible this week for those things. Also want you to encourage them, keep their normal schedule. If they go to bed at 9, don't send them to bed at 8. They're not going to get any better sleep. Just keep them going to bed at 9. If they go to bed at 8:30, send them to bed at 8:30. Keep their routine as much as possible, but also encourage them and remind them that this is important. We're trying to get a gauge of what we need as a school to work on, and where they're at, so we can help them grow. Whether they're soaring up here or struggling in some areas, we want them to grow, and this gives us another piece of information to help with that. So these tests are important for all of us. So we keep stressing that message, and stressing that it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to get a little flutter about this, but we have great faith that we're going to see great results this year for every individual student, and as a building as a whole. Next week also, we've got things on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesday night is our PTA meeting. That's here at the school. We hold it in the school library. Big topics this week. We're going to be talking about officers for PTA for the next year. So if you have thoughts on who should be those next people helping lead that, then please come. And if you're interested in being one of those people, please come. If you just want to know who those people are going to be, please come. Our PTA, this is year number 2 here, and we've had 2 great leadership teams in that PTA, and both have done amazing things for helping us grow what we are and what we do. There's always a new idea needed to keep growing and make that possible, but they do a lot of great things. Because the other big thing on the agenda for that Tuesday night is playground equipment. We have one of our board members is going to be joining us. It's our turn to apply for a grant that could help supply us some of the funding needed for some playground equipment. We need ideas on what we want for playground equipment. We need ideas on how we're going to raise a little more to make that bigger than what we're going to get from that grant, because we're going to need additional funding in order to make this happen. And so we want to hear thoughts and that energy from you as a community. So if you come in on Tuesday night, we'd really appreciate that. The more voices, the better in that. I have seen it where sometimes decisions on things like playground equipment, which directly affect your students, are made without the input of the families, and sometimes you get stuff you didn't really want, that it's not the best situation for everybody. This is your chance to have your voice heard and be a part of that discussion, so you can have your expertise. Like, when I come in the summer or on the weekends, we really like to do this, we'd really like to have that, or that information helps, because we want to serve not just our lunchtime recesses and our afternoon recesses, but this park serves the community year round and for years to come. So this is a big decision for everybody. Wednesday night, it's the kindergarten experience. So if you have a current preschooler or have somebody preschool age that's going to be into kindergarten next year, you want to make sure you're coming in on Wednesday night. This is for parents and students alike. The kindergartners will go off with the kindergarten teachers, and they'll take them through an activity and just kind of show them the rooms and see where things are at. The adults get to stay with me, and I walk through a presentation with you that kind of gives you the things you should expect, the things you need to have turned in, some timelines of different things so you know when to expect things will happen, and just get that information out to you so you can have as many of those answers answered before you guys come for your first day of kindergarten. There's a lot of thoughts and emotions that go in that first day of dropping off your 5-year-old for kindergarten for the first time. You don't want to be thinking about how do I, fill up their lunch account, or how do I check Infinite Campus. So we look forward to seeing all the soon-to-be kindergarten parents on Wednesday of next week. Fifth grade, if you have a fifth grader, it is band concert time. Thursday night is our band concert next week. Coming up, that will be over at the high school in their auditorium. It's so great every year to see the growth from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. Even at that winter concert, they make the joke about this is what we sounded like when we started. But when you see the difference and hear the difference from that winter concert to the end of the year, you will be amazed. Because you've heard your own child practicing, hopefully, and you know that they've grown. But to hear all those instruments together and see how they've grown as a group and what they can do, it's night and day, and you'll be really impressed. So looking forward to seeing everybody on Thursday night over at the high school for the fifth grade band concert. Other than that, that's the big events for next week. I do want to remind everybody that WillowBooks is still going on every single night, 7:30 now. We changed that time from 8 o'clock to 7:30. Get a few of our younger readers. If you miss it at 7:30, it'll still be available on Facebook a little bit later. You just got to be a little patient, but it'll show up in a couple minutes after I'm done posting. Usually it's about 5 minutes is all, and it's a quick story. I don't know what I have for tonight. Mrs. Howlett gave me a new collection of books to start off with for this week, so I had flipped through, but I can't remember what they were, so I see my pile over on my table over there. I'll take a look a little later, but 7:30 every night. We'd love to have, if you're somebody that reads to your kids every night, and this can just be an addition to it, great. If you're somebody that says, reading to our kids isn't a tradition we've started up yet, maybe this is the start of that. Maybe it's just something you do for your fun. I've had some older kids that enjoy it just because it's just different. So I have some adults that watch it each night too, and I'm not saying that these are the best books for adults, but they can be entertaining in and of themselves. As you know, that there's plenty of comedy in these children books. So hopefully you get a chance to get that. I'd love to see that viewership continue to grow, because any chance we get students reading, listening to reading, seeing people read, that's all experiences that help them become better readers, and readers have the ability to do whatever they want in this world. So just another chance in 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, for them to experience a little bit more and add that to what they have so they continue to grow. That's it for this week. Hope you have a great weekend, and we will see everybody for all those amazing activities